Feminism has gone a long way, all the way from 1848 till today. There was, of course, the first wave of feminism that lasted 1840 to 1920. Then there was a second wave, which lasted 1960s and 1970s. Then there was a third wave that lasted till the mid-1990s till 2012. Then the fourth wave, which was 2012 to our present day. But the one that was most interesting was the third wave.
So, speaking on the second wave of women feminism, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I very much believe in the women's right movement, and I believe that men and women are equal.
Let's go get a man's standpoint on this one. Hello, good sir. What is your opinions on the second wave of women feminism?
Let's give women rights. Woohoo! Such a good idea.
So, good sir, why do you feel like that?
Well, I feel like that because I think women are best at home.
Let's go to these nice women. How do you perceive the second wave of women feminism?
The second wave?
Yes.
I don't agree with your thoughts on it. First of all, I like being a housewife, and if anything, I want to take care of my kids, and those girls, that's their problem. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, man.
What's your thought on the second wave of feminism?
Oh, absolutely, man. I think women deserve all the support, man. It's very, very sad they don't have any. You know, they just want to be treated equally like men, man.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, man. I'm going to go ask these ladies what they think on the second wave of feminism. Can I spare a moment of your time?
Of course. You mind, Bailey?
Oh no, of course, go ahead, boy.
Okay, what are your opinions on the second wave of feminism? Because me personally, I think it's extremely selfish. You guys already have so much.
Excuse me? Who do you think you're talking to? You're just a man. You don't know anything. Keep your head out of our business.
Exactly, you have no idea what you're talking about, boy.
Professor, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Now go give whatever statements or anything you wish to give to the committee.
Mr. Chairman, Senator, and members of the committee, my name is Anita Hill, and I'm a professor of law at the University of Oklahoma. I was born on a farm in Oklahoma in 1956. I am the youngest of 14 children. My father is a farmer, and my mother is a farmer and a housewife. My childhood was one of hard work, but it was not much. It was not much money, but it was a solid family of affection. And it was hard work, but in 1981, I was introduced to Judge Thomas by a friend. Judge Thomas told me that he was anticipating a political appointment, and he asked if I would be interested in working with him. He had asked if I would become his assistant, and I accepted his offer. So then I had a good deal of responsibility, and working with Judge Thomas was positive. I thought he respected my work and trusted my judgment. After approximately 3 months working with him, he asked me to go out socially with him. What happened next, me telling the world about it, are the two most difficult experiences of my life. It's only after a great deal of agonizing consideration and a number of sleepless nights that I am able to talk about these matters to anyone but my close friends. I declined the invitation to go out socially with him and explained to him that I thought it would jeopardize a good working relationship. I had a normal life with other normal men outside the office. I believe that a social relationship would not be good for my job. I was not very comfortable with it, and I thought that saying and explaining to my employer would abandon him. He would stop asking me to go out socially with him. However, to my regret, in the following few weeks, he continued to ask me out. On several occasions, he pressed me to justify my reasons for saying no to him. They were in the form of private conversations, which would have not been overheard by anyone else. My working relationship would become more strange when Judge Thomas decided to discuss sex on these occasions. He would call me into his office and issues. He would suggest, since he has a lot on his schedule, that we'd go out for lunch in the cafeteria. He turned the conversation into sexual matters. His conversation spoke vividly. He spoke of the acts that he's seen in inappropriate films. I must confess to the world that the path that I took was the easiest, and it took a lot for me to tell my story. You don't have to believe me, but this is my story. And I hope other women out there realize that they should not be afraid to step up and know what's good for them. This is Rebecca Walker. She is an American writer and also a feminist. She enjoyed writing, and Walker had seen the Ada case, and she took an interest in it. Rebecca had published a piece in Miss Magazine where she stated, "I am not a post-feminist, I am the third wave."
Third Wave was founded in response to a feeling on college campuses in 1992 that feminism was in some ways dead, irrelevant, that women of my generation were apathetic, not desirous of working on behalf of women's empowerment.
She would then go on in her piece to say, "A black man grilled by a panel of white men about his sexual defiance, a black woman claiming harassment and being discredited by other women. I could not bring myself to watch this sensationalize the soul of the human spirit." She would then go on to say, "To me, the hearings were about determining whether or not Clarissa Hill did not, in fact, harass Anita Hill. They are about checking and redefining the extent of women's credibility and power. Can a woman's experience undermine a man's career? Can a woman's voice, a woman's sense of self-worth and injustice, challenge a structure and predict it upon the subjunction of our gender?" Hill's testimony threatened that and a lot more. If Thomas had not been confirmed, every man in the United States would be at risk. For how many senators never told a sexist joke? How many men never used their protected male privilege to present some way and influence women, colleague, a friend, or a relative?